Hello, Rosario. We are here to interview about your business, Recycle, more or less, and we want to know more or less what do you do in your business.
Hi, I have a small enterprise that actually it's not a recycling company. It's just a transporting recycling company. So I have my clients, and they do the separation of the items in their house, and I go to their homes once a week, and I pick the items, and I give give them to a recycling company.
Okay. And since when are you doing this?
I started in August, I think, last year.
Okay.
You work alone or with someone?
I start alone, and I start doing all the recollections. But then I got pregnant, and I have to start working with another guy. And he actually is not working with me right now, but I have a new guy that he's from Venezuela, and he's helping me with the main work. He actually drives the truck.
And you transport and you transport the things with your car, or
I start with pickup truck, not that truck actually. But then as the business start working and developing, I actually bought a truck on January. So since January we are using that car.
And how you won money?
How I earn money?
Yes.
Well, my clients pay monthly, so it's like a contract. They do a contract with me, and they know that either Monday to Friday they will have these pick up items at their door. So that's what I offer. I offer that you can start recycling in your home, but you don't have to take care about where to take them or when to do it, or you are not going to have a lot of items or trash in your house, because once a week I'm going to your homes and I'm picking up the material.
With how many clients do you started, and how many clients do you have now?
That's a good question. I start with, I don't know, I would say around 10 to 12 clients. So it was real small. And now I'm in 120, I would say.
Nice.
Around 100. So it's getting bigger. It's slow because you have to to, to, to wait until the clients that you have recommend you. That's actually the main way to get bigger. And well, as I say, I got pregnant and I have a small newborn, so I didn't want to go super big right now.
Another question: how you think this idea? How you started creating this project?
That's a quite tricky question, because I always recycle since, I don't know, 3 years ago, maybe more. I used to take my things to the one point that we have here in the city to recycle. That you know that you can leave it there and they're gonna take care about it. And it's pretty far, so I went, I don't know, once a month with my mom things and mine things. So once a month with all the truck like full of recycling items. And then I start thinking that that's hard if you want to recycle. If you I don't know, you have to have a car, you have to have the time, you have to have the intentions, of course. So, and in the other hand, I used to live in Australia for a year. So over there, it's pretty common to recycle. Actually, in my city, you had to take out the trash. I don't know how to say that. Separate. So recycling trash, pick up them by items, and that was pretty easy to do. So I was like trying to mix this kind of offer and do something that leaves the people no choice but recycle. You know, if it's so easy, why you're not recycling? That's the idea.
And do you give these bags to the clients? The bags.
Yeah. Yes, they are included in the contract, and there are 4 bags. Sorry.
No.
There are 4 bags, different colors: one green, one blue, one yellow, and one white. So that way it's easy to separate and to have organized in your house the materials.
Where do you I have to say that comprar
Buy.
these bags?
I actually have one supplier in Santiago. I start like anyone asking for prices, and this one was the lowest, but with great quality. So I start over there with them.
We start now with the analysis of the industry.
Okay.
We start.
Yeah, okay. About the threat of new entry, what is the possibility of having new competitors in our sector? Do you know?
It's actually pretty high because it's a new world over here in Chile. So it could be pretty attractive. But on the other hand, it's actually as it's new, it's not a making money machine, to say it in some way. It's hard to make profit about this.
But do you have a direct competitor?
Here in Rancagua, no. As nobody do the same thing that me. In Santiago, there are I would say 5 at least that do maybe the same or pretty close. And here, the only alternative that the people have is to go to this place that I talked before, where you have to leave the items. So it's not the same.
And what are the main barriers to entry?
I will say that the time, actually, because you have to well, as any new business, you have to spend a lot of time making it work, and maybe you're not gonna earn at the first month or even year. That's one. In another one could be, well, the money to buy a truck or to contract someone who can do the work for you. And also another thing that it helped me a lot is to know people where you're gonna work. Like if I want to start this same business in another city, it will be really hard if I don't have any connection.
Also, another question: what do you think is like a advantage of your business with the another one that are in Santiago? What you do different, maybe
Cheaper.
cheaper?
That's the main difference. And the other one is related to what I just said, that I know the people who I'm working with, because it's a really close relationship with my clients. You know, if by any chance, if you're my client and by any chance you didn't leave the bags that day, um, the guy who worked with me will call me and said, "Look, Vicente, I don't know who of you is Vicente, but Vicente didn't leave the bags, and I will call you and said, or write you and said, I don't know if it's okay. It's everything all right with the service? Are you fine?" And you probably will answer, "I forgot," or I'm not home," or whatever.
Okay,
So
it's
that
like a
will
very
that will
personal like work.
exactly
Nice.
personal service.
Is there rivalry in the industry among competitors?
I will say that yes and no. As always, it's a competitor, so it has a little bit of rivalry. I don't know how to say that. But on the other hand, we are all going to the same point, that is make it easy to the people to recycle or go greener, to say it in one way. So if we can help each other without making smaller your business, probably you will do it.
Okay. And this rivalry that exists can be due to the great possibility of products that exist within the industry.
Give me 1 second. Ah. Can you repeat me the question?
The little rivalry that exists can be due to the great possibility of product that exists within in the industry. Can make a lot of product in this industry, so you have a little rivalry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's a hard question, because if it is easy to make profit, you should have more rivalry, right? So that's what I was thinking about it. I think that actually the reason to have little rivalry is because it's a new world. Like the people is the adults, I would say, are not thinking about recycling right now. They are thinking about other kind of business. So recycling is a starting point for probably younger people, and it's not that profit.
Okay.
And another thing is about the supplier, about also the bags. What supplier do you need to recycle?
I actually don't need many suppliers because it's a service. But yeah, I bought the bags, as I say, in Santiago, and I bought huge bags that go in the truck to put all the items that I pick. So that's another supplier that I have also in Santiago.
And which supplier is the name?
The name?
The bags, do you know?
Yeah, it's not a company; it's a guy. that I make a relationship through Mercado Libre, I think that it was. So I found him, and he is my supplier right now.
Okay.
And I actually, well, another thing that you have to have is I don't know how to say it, the tickets that you give to the clients, and you have to make them. So I don't know, every 3 months I'm buying these tickets, and I'm buying bags, and I'm buying the huge bags, and I would say that those are the main things that I have to buy.
Okay,
So, also,
you first.
so also another question. Do you think that is people inclined to pay for sustainability or ecological service and against normal stuff?
I think that we are starting that kind of thinking. It's still pretty new, but I think that people is starting to understand that you have to take care about what do you do. You know, like it's not just trash; it's your trash. So you should pay to make it little and recycle how many. I mean, as much as you can. So I think that yes, it's still, we are still a small group, but it's growing up, and I think that any business in that way is it has an opportunity.
So with that line, you think that our project combine sustainability and green areas.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that like our business can be profit with the time?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you, all you have to need is find the right people, like sell these things where you know that you're gonna have find people who is in this line, people who is willing to pay to something that is more sustainable than another option, and actually it's kind of getting fashion to go green. So probably if you market, I don't, if you do well your marketing, probably it's gonna be good actually.
And finally, have you listened to some other projects that, as I say, combine sustainability with green areas, like in Rancagua or Santiago?
Green areas. Do you use the materials, like that's the way that you do the sustainability? You reuse things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say that in that exactly way, I can't remember any project like that. So that's a good point. It's a new thing. No, I have seen a lot of recycling or sustainable companies, but all of them are in the way of the of decoration or making objects. You know, like objects that you can buy,
Nice.
but not green areas that can be a great service or something like that.
Also, another question: do you think like in Rancagua is an advantage that they have only one recycle is like place to go and very far?
It's an advantage for me.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, totally. Because it's really far, not just from my house, it's really far from a lot of residence areas. So it's actually a good point. Probably if someone do another point closer or something like that, that is cheap or actually free, maybe it will be harder for me to offer my service.
Okay. And like, have clients told you that why they choose you?
Yes. They always says that, as we are saying, like they always said that my main client is the one that used to recycle before knowing me. So they are really grateful about not having to go to this point and have someone who is picking up the recycling items and doing that part of the work. So that's something that they always said to me, like you saved me a lot of time, and it's really cool to not have to put all this trash in my car and right over there.
I don't know. Anyone have more questions? No?
No.
So we are ready. Thank you very much for your time and for answering this question we make you.
You're welcome.
And good luck with your project.